Hey everyone, just here on this beautiful land, Eridge Park, and it's like I've got the whole place to myself right now. Just been roaming around through the woods, by the lake, and watching the deer come close and then run away, and this has happened a few times. It's beautiful. It's, I think, the most deer experience I've had in one day. Deer are very fresh to me. It's not something I've experienced much in my life. There aren't that many deer in Britain, and in the places I've hung out, mainly Yorkshire and Bristol, Southwest, has not been that much around. Of course, Jersey is the same. No deer at all. So it's quite thrilling in a way to experience these creatures, and also this land and the beauty of this land and these incredible oaks. You might see there around, many of these trees are oak trees. See over there some deer. They're quite far away, so they're probably not visible, but yeah, I love connecting with the oaks. Been a passion of mine whenever I'm in this land to connect with the oaks and embrace them and actually meet the spirit within the oaks, which you can do, anyone can do. It's just about having some presence with the tree and tuning in to the heart of the tree, and that heart of the tree will come out and meet you. It's a very profound, beautiful experience. And with the oaks, I find it very hearty and very healing. Yeah, they're known as the king of the forest, for good reason. So yes, just in pure appreciation of this beautiful land and the weather as well. So another point is that I'm on this land. My friend Sophie is becoming the guardian of this land, and it's she's run the Heart of the Rose Festival, and then we've just had there's been Love Jam Festival, which I've been at, and it's been remarkable and beautiful. And then just got to hang a bit with the kind of core crew of the Love Jam festival, which is unexpected and kind of sweet in a way. All in that kind of afterglow, and I really appreciate as well the work that's gone into creating a 1,500 person or 1,000, I'm not quite sure, it's like maybe 1,200 person event, and just appreciate just the beauty that created as well within the land and within all the souls who came to experience it. It's just, it's phenomenal. So in pure appreciation of all of these things, plus the amazing, wonderful weather that we've been gifted with these last days. So, so much appreciation and gratitude. And that brings me to the gifts that we have within. So, these last 4.5 years, I've been fully owning and taking responsibility for my soul gifts as a healer, as a coach, as a channel, as someone who is called to hold space, to speak from my truth, to speak from spirit, to own my own power and really step up into who I am and be that fully as much as possible in the world, as I've been able to, at least, and experience the rapid transformation of that. and also in others who I've been working with, clients and collaborators. And it's so humbling, it's so beautiful, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It is so enabling, it is so encouraging, it is so rewarding on so many levels. Not only because I've managed to make it into a sustainable business for myself that is heart directed and soul motivated, but also that then it becomes a role model for others as well. Oh, look, you can also do that, or something similar. And this is what I'm really about, is owning those soul gifts and really stepping up without censorship, without self-editing, and being who you really are. Because who you really are is the authenticity that we need, that we thrive on, in fact, that nourishes us, that nurtures us deeply. And everything that you've lived through and you've transformed, everything that inspires you is your medicine. And it's really important for everyone to understand this right now. Because as the planet goes through this shake-up that I'm shown is going to be, very intense over the next years, then others need your strength, they need your message, they need your light, they need your solidity in knowing, in your deepest knowing. That can be the guide for them, the guide stone, that they can touch and feel solidity, safety, intelligence, wisdom within the craziness and the storm. And being that touchstone of transformation is highly, highly rewarding. It is, of course, this wonderful, beneficial energy for all. It is also the guide stone. It is the fuel. And of course, it is the example as well for others to understand, hey, oh, you don't have to be inside this system, inside the soul-destroying jobs, inside the modus operandi of the status quo that is crumbling, but most are still encased within the belief systems, the philosophies, the ideas, the mentality, the conditioning that is full limitation, is full 3D materiality, social climbing, seeking approval based in actually lack, in scarcity, because everything truly is all here right now. And this is the message of the masters and the mystics, and this is actually the truth. Of course, if that doesn't resonate, that's so fine as well. It is an invitation to look, to discover, to be curious and find. And with that discovery, perhaps something shows up which makes sense around this understanding that we're all one. And as we more and more step into this new earth dimension, into this greater reality where we find that no, we don't need priests, we don't need these people who act between us and Source. We are in fact our direct connection with Source, God, Allah, Great Spirit, Great Mother, whatever you want to call it. And we actually have the ultimate freedom, because taking ownership of our relationship with consciousness, having a direct relationship with truth, is so empowering. It is so rewarding. It is so fulfilling. You need not go elsewhere. Now, what can happen is, as we take that journey, then we also realize that there are people on the path who can help us, mentors and teachers, guides and healers, that are there to hold us as well and help us reflect on and digest and integrate and process and let go of as well that which no longer serves, so that we can disidentify with the conditioning, with the limitations, with the harsh programming, and allow the buds within us to flower, these soul gifts, this soul wisdom, this soul knowing, those reasons why we incarnated. And this then can become and start to become our legacy as we shift away from these old ideas and old patterns into the new flowering of consciousness, unfolding, flowering, blooming with our gifts, with our inner soul knowing, and that becoming the way we live, the way we behave, the way we do things, how we share. Things like cooperation, collaboration, co-ownership, play, curiosity, become the qualities that we're most in love with. Sincerity, honesty, kindness, truthfulness, surrender. Thank you, Charlie. Hi, Mog. Hi, Lalana. Hi, Taze. Connection, togetherness. As we melt down these boundaries, as we melt down these limitations that have been imposed, that we've taken on because we knew nothing better. And so we're now, with the availability of much more spectrum of frequencies in terms of ascension, in terms of the energies that are present within the Earth sphere, within the plane of consciousness that we're in, then we have more access now. Don't take my word for it, check it out for yourself. Of course, always take what resonates, leave the rest. And so, yes, with soul gifts that we are then driven to share, that we are then inspired to give away, gifts that we are inspired to give. And this is the greatest gift, to give our gifts. However that might be. It might be writing a book, it might be creating seminars, it might be programs, healing others, it might be creating a business, it might be training in something new, or remembering who we are, retreats, gatherings. And my friend Sophie is, part of what she's doing here is creating something beautiful, co-creating. That's come through directly from visions. Actually, at the tree that I was at just a day or two ago, this huge cedar tree, where she had the vision for the gathering that became the Heart of the Rose, that has now taken place a second time here on this land. And it's like allowing that to come through, being the path of least resistance for what wants to be born through us, and really honoring the treasure of these insights, these gifts, these wisdoms, giving them space, giving them time, giving them a place in our reality. And that could mean that we have to let go of other stuff that no longer serves us, that burns us up, that sucks our energy, relationships, jobs, work, addictions, limiting beliefs, old ways of being that no longer serve. And sometimes that can be uncomfortable. Hi, Arlene. Sometimes that can be painful because we have to accept and be really truthful and honest with ourselves about what is really true. But in that clarity, we find liberation. We find this inner freedom that knows no bounds. And that is so, so beautiful. So, so limitlessly rewarding. And so this is the invitation to let go of that which is not serving and surrender to that which wants to serve and that which wants to come through us, be born through us. And often this is born in the fires of transformation, and deaths have to occur within, inner deaths, inner let-goes. And through this firestorm, this melting down, this phoenix of what truly wants to come through us is born when there is this full let-go and this full surrender to truth. And so this is the invitation to do that, however that might manifest. It might be creativity, it might be writing, it might be art, it might be song, music. It might be initiating people in connection with the land. It might be initiating people in connection with the body, with the sexuality, in a healing way, in a conscious way, in an aware way. Hello, Rowan. Unicorns are us. It might be helping people connect with the elements. It could be making new inventions that serve humanity in a way that is connected and allows for greater awareness or easefulness. So many things. And ultimately we just let our hearts and our souls guide us with this. And so yes, there is so much for us in this giving of ourselves, of our truth, of our inner treasures. So this is what I wanted to share. And yes, I'm now offering and launching this new Freedom Key, which is a program about stepping into that and stepping into our soul gifts fully, taking ownership of our legacy that is life-changing for others, whatever that might be, that is life-changing, that is deeply impactful, and that then having an impact on our own well-being, on our own income stream, to have a robust amount of abundance in our lives, and to live generously, to live joyfully, to live in this wellspring of plenty, in plenitude, in exuding confidence, exuding trust, exuding this trust, which of course is ultimately truth, because you've got to have truth to have trust. It's an interesting one. And you've got to have trust to have truth. And when I speak about that, I mean your own deepest truth and knowing, because then that knowing helps you trust. And when I say trust, I mean that relationship with divinity, with the all that is, with spirit, that the universe has your back, that spirit has your back, that the all that is has your back, and that everything is as it should be. And there's so many paradoxes in all of that I've just shared, and I'm well aware of that. Rowan says, the magical unicorn is. I was half expecting to see a unicorn on the horizon, actually. Yeah. Just honoring the magic. Just so much magic. There's so much magic. There's so much joy. And it's opening to that as well. And sometimes that means facing emotions that need to be seen and need to be shared and need to be felt, so that we can allow this movement to happen within us rather than repressing and suppressing it of energy, and then through that then come to a new place. And that might be connected with ideas, beliefs, some old pains and traumas that no longer serve as well. So if you're interested in knowing more about that soul gifts thing and the freedom key, and how we're going to be flowing in a way that is honoring your soul gifts and having them come out into your legacy, into a way that flows for you, that serves and deeply impacts others in a life-changing way, that then is an impactful abundance for you in your life, that you no longer have to worry about that, having a job and that kind of thing, because really the ultimate surrender is you dedicating your time and yourself to this, to what wants to come through you, the depth, the truth, the wisdom, the jewels that want to be shared and born through you. And that's what I'm offering right now, this opportunity to come in with me with a group journey and discover and do this together. And if that resonates, great, then send me a message or hashtag chat in the comments, and I'll reply to you, or message me directly and just say I'm interested or I'd like to know more. And if it doesn't resonate, that's so okay. I love you, and may you find what works for you, and the mentors or the teachers or the people that are going to work for you to help you find your flow and step into your mastery, and sharing that mastery with others in a way that is taking deep ownership of who you are. And yes, this world is big enough for all of us to be shining our lights and sharing our gifts in our own unique, authentic ways. And this is also about this self-expression, and not editing ourselves, and really just showing up as our truest, most joyful selves. And this being the medicine too. It's wow, it's such a paradox, and it's so beautiful. So on that note, friends, I shall leave you for today as I drift back into this land, to the deer and the trees and the pheasants and the bees, and take in the rest of this balmy September afternoon, evening time. Thank you so much for being you, for existing, for being my friend, for listening, for sharing, for taking time. I so believe in you. Know that you are loved. Bye for now.